Hi, it's Cassie, and we are on day 10. We're in double digits. I'm super excited. We are doing the Crafter's Companion Advent Calendar. Just give me 1 second to get my other screen up here. Okay, just in case there's any comments, I want to make sure I can see them and answer questions if anybody has them throughout the live video. So we have gone through 9 days already. If you haven't watched before, what I've been doing for the last 9 days and for the next 14, or I guess 13 after tonight, is I'm opening the window for the day for the Advent calendar live on YouTube. So I have no idea, excuse me, what the die is or what the theme is going to be, and then I make a project out of it. So real quick, I'm just going to show you a couple of the ones we've had so far. Last night was Happy Birthday, so that was super fun. We had this trophy, we had high heel shoes, we had a couple different flowers here. Party, the word party, father, thank you, and friend. And so you see it's kind of all over the place, right? There's a lot of words and sentiments. There's some, some images too, and just a little bit of something for the whole year. And so it's been pretty exciting, pretty fun, and I'm super excited to do tonight. I'm excited that we're in the double digits now. We're on day 10, moving right along, so we're just going to get right to it. Number 10 is right here. Now it's a bigger square. It's probably the biggest square I've opened yet. Yeah, seems like it. So I think this is going to be an image. When they're long and skinny like this, they tend to be words. So I kind of always want to guess. I have no clue what this is going to be, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a word this time. So let's open it and find out. Here, I'm going to move this Gemini over a little bit so I can keep this all the way in the camera. And let's see what we have. I'm super excited. This is the best part, figuring out what. Oh, it's a baby carriage. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Interesting. Well, this is good. It's always good to have a baby card or tag or something to put on a gift for baby shower or congratulations or invites to a shower, maybe if a friend or yourself is having a baby. This is so cute. This is adorable. I'm super excited to use this. All right, well, here we go. So this is day 10. This is a pretty intricate little guy too. I like this. All right, day 10, here we go. It is a baby carriage. All right, so now the next step for me is to just kind of start brainstorming and think about what do I want to do. And obviously we know the theme is baby. Do I want to do a card or a tag or an ATC card, or maybe one of these times I'll do a small canvas or something. I don't know. We haven't done a canvas yet. Those generally take a little bit longer, and I'm trying to just work through a project fairly quickly, although I have not succeeded in being fast at all. So, but this is super fun, and I hope if you have been watching any of them that that you've been enjoying yourself. I've got some pretty nice comments, and so I'm super thankful for that. And so anyway, I'm just trying to think while I'm talking here. What do I want to do? I don't know anybody having a baby at the moment. So I'm thinking I might want to just keep it kind of generic. All right. So I'm just looking through my stuff. I might like to do a card. I do really love to do tags also. Tags are nice because they're pretty versatile. You can use them a lot of different ways. And you could put a tag on a card, right? Or you could just leave it as is, put it on top of a gift. There's lots of choices. So, I don't know. I have this. I got this in the Christmas stuff at Joann's. It was on sale. It's just a metal tag here. I was going to do something Christmassy with it, but maybe I'm going to do something baby carriage with it. I don't know. Let's see. That could be pretty cute. Actually, it's going to go this way because it cuts out that way. That's pretty cute. It fits in there. Maybe if I could find some pattern paper, you know, or we could always just do, sorry, I'm trying to grab it here. We could just do a manila tag like this. I was thinking I kind of wanted to have a Prima night. Prima Finavere, she's got a great line of impasto paints that dry matte. And so I was feeling like before I open this, I've been trying to think of maybe some kind of product that I want to use for the project, even without knowing what the theme is going to be, just to give myself a little extra challenge. And that's been pretty fun too. And I was thinking, while I was making dinner earlier, I was thinking Prima. So let's just go with that because that sounds fun and it's a good challenge. So the first thing, you know, when you think of baby carriage or baby anything, you think pretty soft colors and delicate and whatever, but I like to do things non-traditional and sort of change things up a little bit. So I'm still going to make it kind of, you know, sweet and kind of delicate and something that someone having a baby would like to receive. But it's not going to be as dainty as maybe some other things that you might have seen. So let's just, let me just show you what I mean. All right. Maybe I'm going to do, should I just do generic, like yellow, orange kind of colors? Here's some pretty, I mean, these are pastels, and I'm not opposed to using the paler pastel-y kind of colors, but it's not going to be completely just clean and whatever. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Ooh, these are really pretty. I mean, these are delicate, but they're also nice, really nice. Okay, I'm looking. So I think I'm definitely going to have some flowers in here because that works. Flowers work. And those are good choices. We'll pick from that list or that, sorry, that selection. I'm thinking of maybe some kind of pattern paper with, let's see. Just, you know, I like the flowers and stuff, but I'm thinking like, what if it has a little bit of distress in it or something like that, you know? That's all I mean. Okay. I'm coming. Ooh, this is pretty. I love that swirly. All right. Okay. I am just quickly looking through a couple of stacks of pattern paper and different kits that I've received recently to try to this is just me starting to collect my thoughts and my supplies, and then I'll go through and figure out what do I want to use and what don't I want to use. So, hi Robin, how are you? Thanks for joining. It's lovely to see you out here. Okay, let's see. I'm looking through papers right now. Here, how about I show you what I'm looking at? That's probably a great idea, huh? We can all be in this together. So I just grabbed a stack of papers. These are Misty Rose Prima pattern papers. So I know these are pink and girly, but you never know. There could be something more generic, or maybe something's going to stand out and I just decide that it's going to be pink and girly and I don't care. Maybe. Ooh, this is a pretty green. See, this is not traditional like baby shower. It's kind of, you know, stained a little bit and whatever, but it's pretty. So I'm going to keep that one out just as a maybe. Wow. I don't know if I'm going to use this for this, but isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness. Prima's papers are just amazing. Always. I'm always amazed with how gorgeous they are. Very pretty, but kind of big. Kind of a big pattern for what we're doing. So we're going to skip those for now, but that sure is pretty. Oh, there's a buggy, but it's not a carriage, and I don't really want that. We could do just straight like newspaper kind of print thing. Here's this. These aren't quite what I was looking for. Ooh, I do like this though. Let me keep these two out, and I want to look at one more stack of paper, if you don't mind, really quick. let me put these guys back. I thought I saw in the corner of my eye another stack that kind of caught my eye, and something that might be cool. I don't know for sure though. So bear with me for 1 second so I can find it. I don't know, but I do like that too. I know that's totally off, but for some reason that just stuck out to me. So I guess we're going to do like old style Victorian-ish, something like that. I think that's where we're headed, looks like, at least. Ooh, well, this is pretty darn girly. But look at, I mean, it's got birds in a bird cage, right? And this beautiful foil. I wonder if this would fit in here. And we don't have to do this little tag either. We could always do a big tag. But for some reason, the birds in the bird cage scream baby. I don't know why. Does it to you, or am I crazy here? I don't know. I'm feeling like it could be kind of an interesting background, but I do also like having that foil bit, and so I don't think I could have both if I do it on here. Whoops. But I am loving that pink foil. Okay, let me look one more second here. One more second. There's so many papers, my goodness. How can I pick? Yes. Here's a couple more. These are from the lavender collection. I seem to keep going girly here, don't I? Okay, that's okay. Ooh, that's nice. That's really nice. Nice and neutral. I could do a little paint, like dry brush paint over it in a color. See, and I'm thinking of some of my impasto colors. Let's see what we have. Well, everything I have is a bit bright. I could water it down though. I definitely could. Here's some different colors. So let's see, Robin, what you said here. Sorry. I was thinking flowers spilling out of the pram, like for a baby shower. I'm not saying do. Yeah. Okay. No, I like hearing other people's ideas. Thank you. That's a cute idea. How big is that thing though? Let's see. Here it is. Yeah, that is cute. I don't know if that would work for this particular one. This is kind of small. Okay, so let's see. What if I just did, I could do that purple. I don't know why. I think I'm just gonna be girly because I keep going that way. So let's just do it. Or I could do yellow. Here's a darker purple too. I could do something like this. And then I have these yellow flowers. Maybe we're gonna do that. I don't know. Let's see. I also like this. I'm gonna get this guy out and see what we can do with him. Or her, whatever. I don't know why it has to have a gender. The squiggly. Okay. Probably just one, I'm thinking. Oh, I have so much chipboard too. I should definitely always be getting that out. Okay, so we like that. And this kind of, you know, this is kind of swirly too, so those work together. I am also really liking these flowers. Maybe yellow. Maybe if I did yellow and purple, why not? That's super pretty. Let's do that. And I can always water this down. It doesn't have to be super bright because it feels kind of bright to me. Okay, so I think that this is what I'm going to start working with. So let me move some other stuff out of the way so I have more room. Where did I put my flowers? There you are. Okay, put this guy away. Purple and yellow is gorgeous, right? And then let's decide if we're going to do this little metal tag or if I'm going to do a bigger tag. So actually first get rid of this other paper. Here we go. So much beautiful Prima stuff to use. It's hard to pick. I'm going to put that up there so we don't lose it. Okay, so now am I doing Am I covering this with this, you know, or at least mostly, or am I covering in there? See, I could, let's see, let's get a flower. If I do it in here, I'm going to use these smaller flowers. Let's see how these look. Okay. Yeah, these are so cute. I've been waiting to use these. Waiting for the right moment. Here we are. Yeah, and I also have, or we could do it at the top. I don't know, I kind of like it at the bottom. I also have these kind of flowers. Let me just bring them out here. Here's like a little bucket of flowers that I have on the side all the time for emergencies. Okay, I just want to have some that are already cut off the vine here. Here we go. Just a couple little guys, and I can color those, right? I don't really want pink in this. I want just purple and yellow and white. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah, I have these too. These are clay pieces that I put in a mold, you know what I'm saying? So I have like this scrolly thing. I certainly don't want angel wings, but ooh, look at, that's pretty, right? How fancy do we want this to be? I don't know if we're gonna go in this metal frame yet either, or we could just do a couple of these guys. I could just do 2 of them. No, that's not working. I think I like it better like this. Okay, and then what about this? Are we gonna use that, or are we gonna use that instead? Where's my buggy? Here's my buggy. See, he would go in here like this somehow. Or maybe he's gonna sit on top, you know? Like that, no, I think I like him inside. He'd probably be down here more though, because I don't really like stuff to be right in the middle. Okay. I don't know. That's not really working that well for me. Okay, maybe not that either. Maybe I need this. I don't want to break this yet until I decide what I'm going to do. Let's put this aside. Let's try this on here. Let's try a layout on this guy and see if we like it better. See, I was thinking I could like cut it maybe right here and have, you know, one side like this, so it's a little off center. I like having things like asymmetrical off center like that, or even, you know, across the top or whatever on the side, whatever, however works, but I don't have to use this whole thing, right? Let's just start with it down here and see how I like it. See, even kind of like that, actually. Yeah, that works. Okay. And then, or, I could do it like this. Why do I keep doing that? Actually, okay, I could do this. Let's see. Maybe I want bigger of these flowers. Hold on, I have more other flowers. I think those little white ones aren't quite working for me. So let me see what else I have. Yeah, here's some. Ooh, here's some nice letters too. I could just like write baby or something on there. That would be nice. Use those. I never use those, but, or not often at least, but I've got tons of them. Tons and tons. Okay, here's some different flowers, and I like this frame too. I don't know that I'll use the frame, but that's pretty cool frame, huh? That'd make a nice card. Okay. Maybe we should do a card instead. Maybe I don't need to do a tag. I don't know. Oh, these are like all stuck together. I don't know if this is going to work for me. Is it really all stuck together? Let's see. Oh yeah. It's like a pick and all this stuff. I could take it apart, but I'm not sure that I want to. Yeah, that's not working. But this frame is pretty cool. Okay, nope, that's not good. That's not good. All right. Sometimes you gotta try a bunch of stuff before you find the right thing. And when you do, it just kind of hits you. Oh yeah, I forgot about the big ones. What if we, no, that flower's bigger than the pram, so I don't think that will work. I really don't want pink though. Here, these are a little bit bigger. Maybe if I have one of those, that's better, kind of. I don't know. We'll see. It's just a flower. Come on. Okay. I do have other chipboard pieces that could be frames, and that's why I'm thinking I might want to switch and change my mind and do a card instead of a tag, because I'm feeling like it just might be better. See, like I have that pretty frame. I've got tons of these pretty chipboard frames here. And I'm thinking, whoops, I've got a smaller one too, but that's too, might not be too small. It could sit on top of it. Let's try one. I recommend getting some, you know, whatever the brand is that you like. There's a lot of brands of good chipboard out there. This is Creative Embellishments, and they make lots of really great stuff, and they have good variety. But I recommend getting definitely some chipboard frames just to have on hand for times like this when you want to see. Look at, I like that. That's a really good way to accentuate this focal point and make this and then we can put stuff behind it and layer underneath it, right? Yeah, I'm totally digging that. That's what we're doing. And I think we're switching to a 5.5 by 5.5 card because it's gonna look best on that background. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna switch gears, change our mind, and it's a good time. So the next thing then is to, I think I'm going to get, just thinking about, yeah, I'm going to use the Nina, because I have some really thick Nina Solar White. It's the 110 pound, I believe. And it's the cover one, right? It's really nice and thick. And I'm going to use this because I'm going to paint on this. And I'm going to put a chipboard piece, and we're going to do some embellishment stuff. And so it needs to be pretty sturdy. So that's why I'm going to use this. This paper over a different kind of paper. So the final card is going to be 5.5 by 5.5, and I know I'm going to want a border or to mat it, right? So I'm just going to start with this at 5.25. I might even cut it. Uh-oh, did I cut it wrong? Let's see. I might even cut it down to 5 by the end, but I like to at least start here, and then I can always, you know, make it a little bit smaller if I need to, but I can't make it bigger. So there we go. 5.25, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, sorry tag. We're doing another card. Why not? Okay, for sure. We're doing this card. So it's a good format. The square is nice, and you know, who can't use a card for a baby shower? So here we go. Okay. I might even get some bolder flowers. I feel like that one is, maybe this is the problem. It's super cute, but I think it might just be a tiny bit too small. But I don't know. Maybe once we get this frame in here, then I'll change my mind. I'm not sure. See how it comes together. Okay, so I'm putting all this aside. I am definitely still going to use this, right? Because this is pretty and we can paint over it, and it's going to give us a nice texture and sort of pattern underneath. So let me cut this down too. I forgot about that. So this I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to cut it, let's see. I'm going to cut it 5.25, and then I might tear it a little bit. I have not decided yet. But at least then it will be at least as big as that background paper I just did. So let's do 5.25. Square. The cutter I'm using is off camera. Sorry about that. It's kind of big, but it is the Caterpillar Pro, just so you can see here. And it's a rotary cutter. See, and it has a light on the edge. Can you see the light there? So if the paper's thin enough, you can see through it. It also has a little tray on the bottom so you can store stuff inside if you have like a bone folder or something. But I've used that cutter for at least 5 years. And that's the only cutter I use unless I'm traveling, then I have something smaller because that one's kind of big and bulky. But that's the only cutter I've used for the last at least 5 years, probably longer. And I've never, you know, sharpened the blade or anything. It's self-sharpening, and it really is, and it really works, and it's fantastic. So, great cutter. Okay, so look, pretty. Now, I'm going to leave it full for now, but I might... In fact, we might not even need that. We'll see. I might tear the edges because I think that might be pretty. But for now, we're going to leave it as is. Ooh, look it. Boom. That's good. Even if we don't, you know, put that right there, that's nice to have the repeating pattern there. So, okay, let's cut this guy out so we can start playing with him. What are we going to cut him out of, and what are we going to do with him? So I could make it, I could just cut it out of white. Oh, no, silly Cassie. Okay. I have the amazing, am I going to do it again? Probably. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, sorry, I just saw a squirrel here. So I saw this. I have this. This is Nina, and it's got a metallic finish. I'm trying to find the, oh, it's white gold, but can you see? It's got like a gold sheen to it, but no, I'm not going to use that. But I could. I also have the the Renia foil paper. That's super pretty. I want something that has a little bit of something to it, right? And I originally obviously was thinking of my awesome luxury cardstock here. I have it in different colors. Silver would be nice. It doesn't have to be glitter, although glitter would be nice. Let's just try it in a couple different colors here. I've got pink, I have blue, I have gold and silver in this paper. So if silver doesn't work, then we'll just pick something else entirely. Let's see. I'm going to try it in a couple different finishes though, just to see how it looks when it's cut out. It does really sometimes surprise you. Okay. Oops, I just need, oh here, this guy is big enough for that, so I don't need him. I've been using this for matting. If you watched, geez, I forget which day it was, but I had high-heeled shoes one day for the advent calendar, and I used the this shiny for the base, and I used the glitter for the overlay of the lacy part of the high-heeled shoes, and it was amazing. It was so gorgeous. If you don't have this paper, and you do any kind of die cutting like this, I would recommend it. At least try one color. It's super pretty and fun to use, and it's really thick. You know, it's a nice thickness, and each pack comes with all 3 different sheens, and this glitter one is smooth glitter. It's not that rough, chunky glitter. Anyway, moving on. It's just really pretty. Okay, now I lost my, there it is. Okay. Okay, so first I'm going to do this guy, and I'm going to do them separate because I want to make sure I get a really good clean cut out of each of them. So you make your sandwich and you put the die face up, and then you put your stuff face down. In case you haven't die cut before. I think most people have though. Okay, and then this is the Gemini Go, the smallest of the group. There's 3 different sizes. This cuts 3-inch wide. So let's see what we get. Okay. And I have found that this this metal shim really helps give you a nice crisp cut out of here too. Let me get my little poker thing. Poke out all the pieces. Oh, fancy, fancy. Okay. Ooh, this is so pretty. I love glitter. I know you're either like a glitter person or you're not, and I definitely am, and I don't mind if it's on me, and I don't mind if it's like everywhere in my house. It doesn't bother me one bit. I think it's pretty. But other people would go crazy, and I totally understand. I mean, I don't, but I do. It's good. Everybody needs to be whoever they are. Okay, here we go. Lots of little pieces. I'm going to cut the other two, but man, I really like this glitter one. Not going to lie. Here we go. Oops, I missed one. You don't want to come out there. Look it! So shimmery. I'm loving that. Okay, we'll do the other guys just to see. I don't want to make them feel left out or anything because they're pretty too. So let's get all those pieces out. Okay. Wow, this has got a lot of little bits. A lot of little bits. Okay, let's do the shiny one next. Plus, you don't know how it's going to be, you know, when we put the card all together. Maybe that glitter one's just not going to be quite right. You never know. So, cut this down so it fits nicely. Wait, did I do that right? Yes, I did. Okay. All right, run it through real quick. While this is going, I think I'm going to gesso this in white. I do want to keep everything nice and light and clean, even though we're going to do a little bit of distressing and stuff. We'll keep it nice and light and clean. I guess I didn't go fast enough. Here we go. Trying to multitask a little bit here and get everything done. Okay, let's get this guy all done. We'll put that last one through. Let's see how he looks. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Man, it's so hard to pick. They're all gorgeous. I just want to sit and cut stuff out of this paper all day long because it's so pretty. Everything I do, I'm like, ooh, wait, I'll use that. Oh, no, that's a good one. I just can't decide. Okay, well, I'm probably going to need your help. Robin, if you're still there and you feel like chatting, please help me out when the time comes, because I'm sure I'm going to need it. Okay, so here's what we have so far. We have glitter and we have shine. Both gorgeous. We've got one more. And then we'll just put them aside, and then when it's time to put stuff together, we'll make a decision. Whatever one feels right for the card is generally how I make that decision. Just kind of go with my gut and see what looks the best, right? Okay, one more. We've got the matte. It's called matte mirror, I guess. I don't know. It's just matte, really, to me. Okay, last one. I'm trying to not waste paper here. We'll stick that guy through, and then we're going to get the white gesso out for this. I'm using Deco Art Media white gesso. Gesso's good because it helps prime your surface and get it ready to accept other colors and other pigments so that they'll behave in a way that you're familiar and that works for you. And this is so thick on here. I shouldn't have used this one. Yeah, this is super thick. I'm gonna spritz a little bit of water in here. So I've had this gesso for a while, and it's just starting to get a little thick because water evaporates out of the paint, you know, after a while, and it happens with everything. And so if that happens to you and you feel like, you know, sometimes I really like the gesso to be thick because you get good coverage in one swoop, in one go, and you don't have to go over it a couple times. And this is a pretty dark piece of chipboard, right? So it's nice to have a little bit thicker, but I also don't want it to get stuck in all these little cracks, right? So for that reason, I don't want it to be too thick. So don't feel, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is feel free to add just a couple spritzes of water in your acrylic paint or in your gesso if you feel like it's too thick for you. Or if it's getting thicker over time, you've had it a while and it's kind of starting to dry out. Same thing with, you know, as long as the product is water-based, okay? You can do that with lots of stuff. You could do it with like a modeling paste or other things like that. If it's, you know, if it's not water-based, definitely don't do that. But if it's water-based, yeah, you should be good. It just helps make it last a little bit longer and thins it out just a tiny bit. Plus it depends where you live too, I guess. You know, I live in Michigan. It's pretty humid here most of the time. The humidity is fairly high. We have a lot of precipitation generally, but so I don't have too much trouble with stuff drying out, but if you have it for a long time, it could. That's for sure. But if you live in drier places, I have heard other people say that they have trouble with stuff drying out too quickly. So anyway, okay, so that guy's covered and he looks pretty good. I got in the cracks pretty well and I like the way it looks. So we're going to let it dry. All right, I've got so many tiny pieces. Get those out of the way. There's that guy. And then we'll get this matte mirror off here and let's see how he looks. I'm very curious to see how they all look together. Let me cover this up, put it away. Okay, moving along, moving right along. All right, it's gonna be gorgeous. It. Here we go. The detail in these dies, you know, I don't remember exactly how much I paid, but it was less than $30 for this entire thing. So if you think about that, I mean, that's like just over $1 a die. And some of them are kind of small, you know, there's some words that were pretty little, but even so, they're very well made. They're very intricate. The patterns and the style and even the fonts for the words are well thought out. I mean, this has got a good amount of detail on it. It's very pretty, so I'm pretty pleased with my purchase. And this is a really fun live thing to do, you know, fun activity, and I'm having a really good time with it. So it's a win-win all the way around. Okay, so let's look at all three of these together just for fun. Actually, I'm going to put them right on here. So there they are. We have the matte mirror, the glossy mirror, and the glitter. And I'm still leaning toward glitter, but we'll just wait and see how it works out. Okay, so I'm going to put these buggies away over here so they don't get wrecked, because we don't really need them till the end probably. We're close to it. Okay, so next, I'm going to take my frame here. So I don't generally do right in the middle, but I think I want to do in the middle for this one. I think I like that. And I'm just going to grab one of these just for a second. You see, and we can raise it up. That's going to be so pretty. And then actually what I want to do is put some stuff underneath it. So we're going to start with probably a stencil with some impasto paint, and then some flowers around on the bottom, maybe some Nuvo drops, maybe some of these like sequin confetti type things. I keep bringing these out. We're definitely gonna use those one of these days. Yeah. And I'm thinking something else too. Let's see. You know, this buggy idea is kind of a vintagey thing, right? So I was thinking too, I have, just a second, I have these little bits here. Like, what if I did like that? So pretty, right? Or this pretty metal flower. I just want it to be kind of just like old style, but also eclectic. And yeah, anyway, that's where my head's going. So we'll see what works out. So first, we're gonna start with the lightest paint. And so I need something to put some paint on. Let me get a little tray here. 1 second. I've got lots of trays that have lots of dried up paint on them. Let's see. No, probably shouldn't use that one. Okay, we're gonna use this guy. I get these, there were like 50 of them, and I think I probably had a party once, maybe a birthday party or something, and I had a bunch left over, and I brought some down here because they're super cheap, and then you can just keep using them as paint palettes. You could even like paint on them and do, I could cover this with gesso and put some flowers and make it a whole layout and have yeah, why not? Okay, so we're gonna start with yellow, and this yellow is a bit bright for me. It's kind of hurting my eyes a little bit. So we're gonna we're gonna just dilute it a bit with some white. So where's my white? Yeah. And one thing, you know, when Impasto paints first came out, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get them because I have so much acrylic paint. But I really like these because they're a little thicker, right? And so, and you could always thin them out if you want them to be thinner. But what I really like about them is that they dry matte, like they dry super matte. And they're, I don't know, they just have a really nice look to them. And so I am very happy to have them. Now for some reason this white is like super thick, and I think there was just an issue with that batch maybe, but I'm still using it. Let me get a drink. What are you drinking tonight? Are you having anything while you're here crafting with me? Are you crafting, or are you just watching, or what are you doing? I'd love to hear what other people are doing. Whoops. Okay, sorry about that. I thought I saw something. Thought I heard my dog. Anyway, so I got a lot of yellow. I have too much yellow. But I just want to start and make a little bit of a background here. And then I'm going to cover it with purple anyway. So yeah, I just want like a sunshiny, lightish yellow. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just doing like a light dry brush kind of thing, and really not super thinking about where it's going or what I'm doing or how it's going to be in the end. I'm just putting color down, okay? And it's kind of in the middle, but you know, I do like to have a little bit of dynamic movement, so maybe moving it off of the page a little bit in one direction or another, or both, helps give you leading lines and draw your eye around. So that's always a good thing. Okay, and I don't want a lot because I don't want a ton of yellow on here. I just want to get started. Okay, I'm gonna get a new brush. I was gonna clean that, but who cares? I'll just get a new one. I got a couple brushes. All right, so I'm just using flat tip here, and this one's nice and dry. And I'm gonna keep doing dry brushing. Dry brushing looks a little bit different than wet brushing. Dry brushing, you can see the strokes more. Wet brushing obviously is a bit more fluid. Robin is drinking milk, of course, and crocheting a Christmas gift. Well, that's lovely. That's very nice. I love all your crocheting projects. You're very talented. I've never used this color. This is Heather. I was like, why isn't it coming out? Here we go. Brand new color. I wish I had the pastels actually that she just came out with, because they are super pretty, but I don't have those yet. So we're going to work with what we have. And I really like this dark one. I haven't used this one either. This is called Eggplant. So that yellow is called Lemon Peel, and the white is Snow White. And then this lighter purple is called Heather, and the darker purple here is called Eggplant. So those are the colors of impasto paint that I'm using. They're from her first release. She's had, I think, just 2 releases at this point. And that second release is all those pretty, there's some neutrals, and there's also some pastel kind of colors. Okay, let me zap this real quick to make sure that it's dry. So one really important thing here to make sure that this yellow is dry, because if you don't, you're going to get mud, because purple and yellow are complementary colors, which means that they're opposite each other on the color wheel. They go really well together. They're very dynamic. They're very, they create drama and tension because they are opposite each other on the color wheel. So they're called complementary colors. Colors that are next to each other on the color wheel, like blue-green, like that, or orange-red or whatever, those are called analogous colors. So those you can mix and blend and whatever, and you'll just get gorgeous results. But if you blend complementary colors opposite each other on the color wheel, then you will get brown. Okay, so you want to make sure this is dry first, and this is acrylic paint, so once it's dry, it's not going anywhere. Okay, even if I spray this with water or put paint over it, it's not going to reactivate because it's acrylic paint, and regular acrylic paint just doesn't do that. Okay, so just want to make sure, in case you didn't know that. I used to just assume people knew that stuff, and then, you know, I would say something, they're like, wait, what are you talking about? So now I try to say it, and I'm sorry if you already knew, but sometimes people don't, and so I rather give you more information than not enough, right? Okay, so this I'm doing dry. This paintbrush is a little flimsy, so it's not giving me exactly the look I want, but that's okay. So I want more in the middle, and I want it to be a little bit more opaque. I want it to cover more of the paper and not be as sparse as the other color was, as the yellow. Okay, and I'm going off the yellow. I don't want to just, you know, I still want to see the yellow, right? So we don't want to cover it up too much. And I honestly don't have any plan in mind. I'm just kind of moving the paint around. So yeah, no plan, just playing. It's fun to just play. Okay. All right. A little bit more. Maybe you can do like long, thin strokes. I mean, you can use other tools. It doesn't have to be a paintbrush, right? You could come in with like one of these guys. You know, I've got really big ones, or I have some smaller ones. These are called doodle sticks from Imagine. The smaller ones might work better on here. If you're just playing with paint and you want to play with different tools to apply the paint and not just a paintbrush, I mean, these make really cool marks, right? So let's just try one just to show you. We'll do some dots. This is a round cup, I think. Anyway, here's the tip of it. So I'm just going to get a little bit more of this yellow and go over that purple I just did, okay? So I've got some loaded here on the end of this, and it's a silicone tip. So I have a video actually on my YouTube channel with a snowman with a wintry scene background, and I have melted embossing powder on that background and used one of these to move that embossing powder around and swirl it, because I had like a couple different colors going on to try to get a snowy background, and it was really cool. And I use this because of a silicone tip. It's not going to be affected by that hot embossing powder. So that was a pretty fun project. So if you're feeling inclined, you want to watch that. That's a fun way to use these doodle sticks. But anyway, so you just load it up for this anyway, right? And you can just make dots. Okay. And there's all different tips in here, so they do all different things. You can do lines. I mean, literally do whatever you want. And this is one tip, right? So you could try different ones and see how they work, and you just play. It's just fun. Okay, so I don't really want too many lines on here. I just kind of wanted to show you that there's other things you can use besides paintbrush to put acrylic paint on a page. So then this dark purple, I'm not going to put over directly. I think I would really like to, let's see, to get a stencil and just put a little bit of stencil pattern over the top of this to kind of bring it back together. So this is like fun kind of just color on here. You can see a little bit of that pattern in the background, but for the most part, it's just putting some color down. And now I'm going to put a pattern over the top of it to help refocus your eyes and bring it back toward the focal point, which is what we care about, right? In the end, obviously. So really quick, I'm going to look through my stencils. If you do anything with mixed media, I very highly recommend having stencils. I warn you though, it's very, very, very addictive. So just be careful. You start with like 5, maybe, and then you're like, oh, that's not so bad. These are really pretty. And then all of a sudden you have like a 500. I don't know. Maybe not that much, but seriously. It gets a little out of control. For me. Maybe not for everybody. But yeah, if you're doing mixed media, I would definitely at least invest in a few stencils, patterns that you really like. They're so fun to play with, and there's a lot of ways you can use them. You could use them with paint like we're about to do, but you can then also use them with, oh, one second, I'm my other bucket here, with modeling paste or gel or any of those kind of mixed media pastes. And they are super duper fun. So are we going to go super fancy and do something like this? I mean, that's like really fancy. Now think about this, okay? We've got this dark purple and it's going to go over the top of this. And then we're going to paint, I mean, this is white, but we're going to paint it some other color that's going to help it pop off of this page and help support the focal point. So this is what we need to be thinking about right now is what pattern do we want behind this and the buggy, right? Okay, so keep that in mind as I'm showing you ideas. I do like that one. I don't want it to be too crazy because it is still a baby buggy after all. But I do like the idea of having just a little bit of whimsy or something in here, or just like distress, I don't know what to call it. Here's some just diamonds. I mean, that's a pretty safe one, but it would be very pretty. I'm still looking here, just one second. All right. I still need an idea. If anybody has an idea, I would be willing to, like, you know, that's probably what I should do. I'm going to put together a contest for somebody to tell me the best way to organize stencils. And I'm going to give some prize away because I really, really need an awesome way to store stencils. Because I currently don't have an awesome way, and it kind of drives me crazy. They're just in a bucket, and I have to like sift through them every time, and sometimes they get stuck together or whatever. Let's see. So do we want fancy or do we want more fluid like that? I think we kind of want fancy. What do you think? If you ran a small stencil through the Gemini, would leave an impression. So it depends. Yes, it would. It depends on what kind of paper you use too. So if it's a thicker paper, well, really most any paper except for the Renia foil, you would want to spritz it with water. And it would take the stencil shape. But some papers will do it better than others, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But that definitely does work, yes. I do also have another video with the Renia paper, at least. And that's a foil type of paper, so that really, you can use a stencil to emboss that really well. And it looks pretty fantastic, actually. And you don't need a lot of, you don't get that one wet, you know, because it's a thinner type of paper too, and it's foil. So that's a little bit different than regular paper, but you definitely could with regular paper as well. Good question. Thank you. Ooh, we have this. I mean, that's just like a flower, but it's kind of dainty and nice. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to keep that out. Let me quickly keep looking here. I'm almost through my stash. And then we can decide. One more second. So many. I have dots, just random size dots there. All right. We might be done here. Hearts, Harlequin, crosshatch. Let's see. I also have this. I don't know if that works. Probably not. No. Okay. Are we still here? Yes. Okay. Just making sure. I do have 100% battery this time. I learned my lesson the hard way. Okay. I think we're going to pick one of these. I think there's some pretty good choices there. Let me real quick see what this one looks like out of the packaging. It's less elegant, but it is cute, and it does have a nice subtle kind of just little flower here. Let's see how this looks. What about something like this? And so I wouldn't do it all over either. If I'm doing something like this that has a lot more, it's busy, then I would do like a little bit here and a little here and like that, and just do little patches of it kind of, just to give it a little bit more texture. I don't have umbrellas, no, but that would be a good idea. If I had more time, I could cut one out of an umbrella, but I want to try to keep things moving. So I'm saying either this one, let's see, or we do have the bubbles, and we could just do different size, but I don't like that one as much. Or we have just the diamonds, which I've used in one other project already. Here's that, so you can keep that in mind. Or we have the fancier scrolly thing. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with this. I like this. All right, let's just do it. Okay, so this paint is thick, but it's not as thick as paste, right? So we are going to put a thin layer, but I'm going to be careful about it because I don't want it to go under the stencil too much if I can help it, okay? So we're going to try to keep it above the stencil. The thinner the product you're using on the stencil, the greater the chance, obviously, of it going underneath the stencil and not giving you as crisp of an image when you're done, if that makes sense. So, all right, so let's see how we do. But if, you know, even if it does, it's still going to look really cool and it's going to be okay. So here I am am I in the frame nicely? Here we go. All right. Moving right along. We're going to try this. I haven't really used a stencil with just acrylic paint in a long time, so we're going to see how it goes. I think it's already starting to dry here. Okay, I need some space. All right, so this guy is going to go, let's see, right about here. Okay. All right, so I want some right here. And I want some right here. Ooh, isn't that the most beautiful purple? Man, that's gorgeous. You know what? I need a different palette knife. I don't like this one. Just a minute. I gotta switch. I needed something with an angle. That one was not giving me the angle I needed. Okay. So see how I'm just kind of going here and there? I do want a little bit more actually over here. Let's see if I can get some. I can get more paint if I need to. Here we go. Use it up. Yeah, and I don't care if, you know, all the petals are covered exactly. I do want a little bit to go off the page. That generally helps lead your eye around the page, and it just helps your brain. If your brain can finish the job there, it's, I don't know, it's more pleasing for whatever reason. I don't make the rules. Okay. I think we're okay. Maybe I'm just going to put the tiniest little guy down here. Okay. Yeah, let's just go with that and see how we look. This is the most beautiful purple ever. Ooh, I love it. See? Ooh, I love that. That's super pretty. I am loving it. Okay, I have got some scrap craft paint here. Or cardstock. I'm going to move this guy out for 1 second. And I'm going to use the rest of this before it dries. Here we go. Just going to get my dirty towel here. Probably time for a new one. I'm just going to rub it on. It may have dried already. And that's okay. Then I'll just clean it off, but I might be able to get a little bit, not that much. That's okay. I am going to flip it over then, since this is dry, and I'm going to use the rest of that purple. Am I? No, I'm not going to actually, because I might want to use it actually on my card. So let's just keep going. Let me wipe this off. I generally don't mind having dirty stencils as long as it's not going to ruin the image. So if I'm using a thick product, like this paint is pretty thick, it could get in the cracks and get stuck there, and then it would ruin your image. But if it was just regular paint and something that's just going to sit on that plastic on top, but not really, you know, impact the quality of the stamp, or I'm sorry, the stencil, then I don't really care. And you'll see some of my other stencils are super dirty just because they're not affecting anything. So anyway, all right. Yeah, I could have, shoot, what was I thinking? I could have put that back on the craft. Oh well. Okay, so that is done and clean. Okay, let's get our guy back here. So pretty. So this is when I start to say, okay, which way is it gonna go? I think I like this. Maybe I want it the other way. That's so pretty. Okay, so see how this is coming together, and it's kind of grungy and distressy a little bit, but still nice colors and somewhat delicate. This is what I was talking about. So now I'm going to cover, see how busy this is, right? And this focal point isn't really standing out. So what we're going to do before we stick this down is put some kind of light pattern paper, maybe even this, over it, I think. Or maybe we're going to do vellum. I just thought of that. What about vellum? That could be really pretty. We just want to dampen this background so that just where that buggy is, so that it stands out nicely. So let me find some vellum. Let's just try that. I know it's here. I just had it. But I have stacks of things, so it's not surprising that I can't find it. Okay, here we go. It's all right. It's more fun that way. Okay, let's try some vellum. Found it. We'll cut, I'm just going to cut one little piece. I think this might be the answer. Okay. Just 1 second here. Let's see how big it needs to be. I only want it to be behind the frame. Doo-doo-doo. Might be too big right now, and that's okay too. Just trying to get an idea here. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. In the end, that's a little bit big, but you get the idea. So we have that vellum there, see, so that helps keep the focus, but then you can still see some of the color poking through, so it helps keep it together. I really like this. I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put the vellum aside, and I'll cut it down to the size it needs to be later. And then, so the next step here is to decide what color this needs to be, and to figure out what other embellishments we're going to use. I would like to put some other paper behind here, just like strips, maybe ripped up or something, to give a little bit more, you know, texture and other stuff going on. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna find paper that kind of goes with that purple. What if I just do a little strip of that? Just rip some off. Or maybe, what about this? Hold on. I have another idea. You can still hear me. Just looking for paper. I have some that's like old newsprint kind of paper, or like, oh, here it is, from a book or some kind of journal kind of thing. Let me just show you. It's thinner too than normal paper, so it doesn't really matter what it says, but it's just got words in here. So let's just cut some of this up for a second. Maybe it's gonna not really work with this. That's okay. I'm just gonna rip some up and see how it is. I also have like tissue paper with, so sorry, I was looking. Tissue paper with, yeah, I don't think I like that. Hold on. One more second. I have an idea in my head. I just got to figure out how to make it come to life here. I'm close. I'm close. Okay. What colors are we doing? Yeah, let's see. These are pretty. I think I might sneeze. We have, no, we're using silver, so we don't want anything gold. That's pretty. Okay, sorry, I'm just real quick looking through this paper. I was trying to find something that has a little bit of a pattern, but not a lot. Like not a big bold pattern, but something subtle, right? What did you say here? I use metal opening O-rings and hang the stencils from there. Oh, one ring would have flowers. Oh, yeah, yeah. And then you just like hang it on the wall or something? That's a pretty good idea. Then you don't have to deal with them getting tangled up too. I'll have to think about that. That's a good idea, Robin. Okay. Ugh. Forgot to get medicine. Okay, sorry guys, I'm trying to find something. Sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what you need. See, I was just thinking maybe something like this. We've got this Tim Holtz collage paper. And there's pretty flowers and leaves. You could just cut off a piece of it and have it sort of be the background, in the background. And this shows through some of the, you know, that color too. I don't know if that's too old for this little guy's stuff. That sure is pretty, isn't it? I'm feeling stuck at the moment. Let's see. It'll come. It'll come. Just got to give it a minute. All right. Honestly, I'm thinking it would just be nice to have some paper, maybe with some flowers on it or something, or words or texture in that color. So that's what I'm going to look for right now. I was looking for something different, but I don't think I have it. I don't think I have what I want exactly. So we're going to do plan 2, which is flowers. Okay, here we go. Here we go, here we go. So let me find them. So now we did purple and yellow. And I've got a bunch of pink flowers, of course. Of course, of course. Ooh! Different kind of purple, but that's pretty, huh? I've had this thing forever. Look at this, this basic gray. Wow. Okay, sorry about that. I'm getting derailed. I'm not trying to. I'm so sorry. I'm getting derailed. This is the way it goes. So what happened to all my purple flower stuff I just had? Oh, here it is. Okay. Ouch. Okay, here's some. Let's see what the back has here. That's pretty. It's got green. But, you know, we could rip it up and put a couple little pieces. We could even do a whitewash over it so you don't see all of that color, because it's a bit much of the color for me. Okay, let me pick a spot that I don't care about, because this side has a bunch of words and you know, frame things, and I like some of these. I don't want to go over them all. So what if we did this? Hold on, I do like that. Just a minute. Let me cut this out and see what we think. What does that say? Heart of gold. Yeah, let's cut this one out. I don't mind using the back of that. Okay. I'm going to cut this too because I might like to use the front of that. Here, 1 second, I'll show you what I'm cutting out. It's kind of hard to do over the camera there. I don't want to touch this. I feel like it might be a tiny bit wet still. So I kind of do like this, but you're not going to see it anyway, so that doesn't make any sense. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut this way. I like the idea of having a pattern, but I don't want it to be super, you know, noticeable either. So I'm just going to rip, right? I'm going to rip both ways. And then we're just going to put strips. I even want it ripped on the side, just kind of like that. Yes, this is good. Okay, and leaving a little bit thinner. And then I'm going to do a couple of them. So you're not going to see them per se. So I'm going to do something like this, right? And I'll do another one. Yeah, see, I like just having a little bit extra there. It looks kind of nice. All right, and then maybe I am going to do the words. Who cares? I'm just going to cover it with a little bit of paint anyway, so no big deal. Okay, and then I want this to be a lot thinner, like maybe half. Yeah, that's better. What do you think about this? Okay, it's just about like making more textures and more, you know, more layers. So I think, let's see, I like this one maybe right here and this guy right there. So this is where I just kind of play and I get an idea of how things are going to go. So I'm going to set that on top for 1 second. Then we're going to use some flowers in here, right? So we also need to think about that. I dismissed, yeah, you can hang them, right. That's a really good idea, Robin. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just trying to, I noticed there was comments. So I'm trying to read comments and then do this. I really appreciate the comments though, so thank you. Keep them coming. Okay, I don't know why they have this jewel on the end here, but I don't like it. Anyway, I have no nails now, so that works. Okay, so what about this? It's probably too big, huh? What do you think? Let's put our other stuff on top and see how we're doing. When I'm doing a layout like this that's kind of involved, I mean, there's just a little bit more going on than normal. I tend to want to like lay it out and figure out how it's going to be and what I like and don't like, and then I just lift it up, take it apart kind of, and then glue it on and then be done. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, and this is the process that I go through. So what do you think? Is this too big? Let's see, what are my other choices for flowers here? I did have some more. Oh yeah, and I have these metal guys. I like the metal bits. Let's see. I know we're not doing pink, but here, maybe I can use this, like this jewel piece. And I take the brad backing off, so disregard that. Right? Maybe that could be like in the middle. Ooh, that's pretty. I could do this little guy. Let's see. All right. I have some other metal pieces that I'm going to bring out because this is the part. Yeah, see, this is nice. I think I do like that too. I don't think it takes away from this. Do you? Do you think it takes away from my, we can try a different one too, from my little buggy. Maybe we like this shiny one better. That one does stand out a little bit more. All right. I can be okay with that. I really like the glitter, but, you know, whatever's going to work best for the piece is what I really want. Here, I have some other metal pieces. So let me real quick see if there's anything else I want to add to this. Look at, I've got these pretty butterflies. I could bend it. I could even paint it. I probably will if I end up using it. What do you think about this? Let's see. I'm sure I would definitely paint this and lighten it up a bit if I ended up using it. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. This is the fun part. This is the part where you get to put it all together. See what you get. Okay, so this just has a bunch of metal stuff in it. And I don't really want to dump it out, but I do want to look through it a little bit. So I'm just going to do it off to the side here for a second. Excuse me, I think I need a drink. All right. I might have to dump it. I don't really want to, but I might not have a choice. Okay. Ooh, look at this. Cherish. That's pretty much perfect, right? We can always cover it. Doesn't matter what color it is. That that copper doesn't really go, but we can definitely change it. All right. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the sole. Ooh, this is nice. Excuse me. Live for the moments you cannot put into words. That's pretty accurate for a baby. And that whole experience and having a baby and being a part of its life. All right. Let's see what else here. Okay, what does this say? She dreams of faraway places and daring adventures. That's nice. Okay, I think we're going to pick what we've got because there's some good choices and I haven't seen anything I like more. No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. Aw. Okay. I really like Cherish. What do you think of Cherish? Okay. Here we go. Sorry, I just keep looking now because why not? Okay. I'm going to stop looking. I'm going to put these guys away. I think I would like to have a little bit of metal in here. Sorry if that was too loud. Oh yeah, I also have, I was thinking it might be nice. I've got like these too. And so there's like wildflowers and all different stuff. And these are just, you know, kind of like cut out paper pieces, but they're old-fashioned-y. Look at this. I mean, what if I had something like that, you know, maybe sticking out behind here or maybe over here. Something like that. I think that's really pretty. So all of these little details just kind of add and help you finish things up. Oh, look at that. I love daisies. Daisies are my favorite. Yeah, that might be too much on this side. But those are pretty. I like the white. I'm going to keep those out just in case I can figure out another way to use them. This is my favorite part of the whole process, is looking through, finding little bits here and there that will work or won't work, and then figuring out how to put it all together. This is the puzzle, and I love puzzles. Okay. That feels like it's too much, but I do want a little something poking out over here. What do you think about that? Okay, here we go. Almost there. Almost there. Let's see. What time is it? Okay. All right. I have some black and white flowers in here too, but I feel like the color, even though it's like muted, which is actually kind of perfect for this, right? But I like the, oh, maybe I'm going to do 2 of those bunches. Here's a yellow one. Is that a marigold? Okay. Just looking at comments real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. Let's see. Yeah, not all the colors are matching what I want, so I'm just kind of quickly going through here. There's really are some pretty things in here, though. I have to get these out and use them more often. I could do a paper butterfly instead. I don't know. Okay, sorry. Here we go. We're gonna finish her up. I think we have some good choices. Definitely some good choices. Okay, let's put that away. So I'm just kind of sitting with this shiny one for now to see how we like it. We'll try the other one in a minute, and then we'll make our final decisions here. I do like this guy. Not sure how he's going to fit right now. I do kind of really like these flowers. Let's see if I can, maybe I can do both. Might be just way too much. No, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to need to do the smaller one, I think. It's getting a bit busy on this side. And it would be like right there. All right, I'm getting it all messed up here. There we go. I like this, or maybe this. Nope, I like it right there. Okay, what do you think? This is pretty cool. I still need a little something right over here. What am I going to put over there? Some more paper, maybe? I could do a little bit of paper. Nope. Maybe thicker. Let's see. Or let's see, is there a little word here? Rip that off here. Like a tiny something. Sweet day. I could cut that out and just put the heart there. There we go. I am all over that. Cute smiles. That's pretty cute. Nope, let's just go with our first choice. I dig it. I dig it the most. Okay. Here we go. I'm actually gonna, I don't want the whole square. So I'm gonna cut around the heart and make sure I don't cut those words. Just give it a little bit of a border. Why not? I'm sorry. I got these awesome fussy cutting scissors yesterday from a very sweet person, and I forgot to bring them down to my craft room to use right now. So I will bring them tomorrow, and I will make a point to fussy cut something tomorrow on the video, I promise. Okay. For now, we deal with that. Sweet day. Look at you. And I'm going to put it... Now we do want paper behind it now. And I want this paper. Okay. Cut it there. Yeah. I want this. And then I want this. What do you think of this? Is this a crazy card, or is this fun, or is it too much? What do you think? What do you like? Everybody likes something a little different. I definitely want this to be underneath, but maybe it doesn't belong there. Now that I put it there, I don't really like it. All right. Let's see. I might just have to start sticking stuff down and go with it. I think so. Maybe that side is just going to be bare. That's my bare side. Sweet day. I really like this thing, but maybe it also doesn't have a home. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I forgot about Cherish. Is Cherish better than Sweet Day? All right, here's what I'm going to do. I know I like the background stuff where it is, so let's start sticking that down, and then the rest of it, because it won't move at that point, the rest of it will start making sense and being where it should. So I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I am going to use matte medium for this first part because it's thinner paper sticking to paper, and so this will work really well. Okay, when you get into thicker stuff like the flowers, the metal pieces, I'm going to bring out something else that's got a lot, it's just a lot more substantial. And so there's, there are a lot of things that can be used as pastes or as adhesives. And so I'm just going to show you some of the different choices that you have along the way. All right, so we're going to use this guy, I think. Really wanted something like smaller bristles. Here we go. This gives you a little more control. Okay, so first I want to remove all this stuff. Okay, and we're gonna start with these two guys here because I know for sure I like those there. I like it going off the side on that one side a little bit. We don't need a ton of matte medium. You just need enough. Consider it like a decoupage glue kind of, okay? But you're just gonna use it underneath right now, okay? And so we're just putting this down and it dries clear, so no worries. If you can see some of it, it's no problem at all. This paintbrush is a little too small. That's okay. Okay. It takes a minute for it to stick down. I just press down with my hand a little bit. And again, you can move it around. You could put it on top too if you need to. We're gonna put a little paint on top of these guys, so no need, no need. All right, next is gonna be the words. So you can put, obviously, the matte medium on the thing that you're gonna glue down, or just throw it on the background. Oops. All right, this is gonna go above it. There we go. We can always add more of this. I actually do end up liking this, the words here. They're kind of, you know, it doesn't matter what it says, obviously. It's just a good, just another good sort of texture and pattern, if you will. Oh, my dog is wanting my attention. Sorry, Ophi. Mama can't help you right now. I don't want these to be lined up. There we go. Okay, so those are happy. Those are good. So then I always just come back to my focal point and just kind of say, okay, am I still on the right track? Is this looking the way I want? Yes, I'm pretty happy with this still on the right track. So now I'm gonna add, so now I am gonna keep this here for just a minute because I do want to add some of these flowers. I think they're really pretty. Maybe I'm gonna add them both on the same side. Okay, 1 second. Let me get with help the dog for 1 second. Okay, go upstairs. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot to shut my door and she likes to come in and help out. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe I'm trying to see if I can put them together. I do kind of like them together. Let's just see how that looks right here. Oops. I like when they look, you know, a little bit layered, like they're, yeah. You know what I'm saying. Gives you a little bit of height on that side too. It's all about having the leading lines, right? So when you're building your composition, you want to say, okay, where's my focal point and how are we getting there, right? How are we looking, what is helping move our eye toward it and away from it so that there's fluid movement always throughout the whole thing. So that's what I'm doing when I'm putting this together, is saying, okay, where's my fluid movement? Maybe this is just going to be behind it, or maybe it's not going to work at all. I just really like having that little bit of white there, you know, it's kind of pretty. But it just isn't cooperating. Let's try this guy. He's much bigger, but maybe that's what I need. Maybe. Or maybe I need just the white. Here, what if I do just white on this side? Do 2 of them. I like it. Remember, this frame isn't going to stay white either. We have to still decide what color that's going to be. I think I do actually like the white by itself, I gotta say. That looks really nice. And then we'll have the yellow over here countering, right? We could do this yellow. Yep, that's gonna go right there, and this poor guy I think is out of a job. All right. This is maybe gonna go right there. Gonna have a little string behind it or something, or actually maybe he's gonna have a butterfly. That's nice. Yeah, let's just put one of the prams up here. There's the matte one. That's nice. Okay, I think it's time to decide what color that frame is going to be, and I think it needs to be dark because all the things we're adding to this that's going to be sitting either right behind it or on top of it are really light, and so is the focal point, so the darkness is going to help make it pop out. So let's do that real quick, and then that's really going to help me see how to finish this. But first I'm going to stick these guys down because I'm actually very pleased with the way that's turning out. And I like using the two white together and then that shorter stubby yellow one instead of the stringy, you know, the other one that's a little bit more lanky. So here we go, here we go. Oh yeah, I like those too. Okay, so now I'm switching to heavy body gel because this is just chipboard and I could use matte medium for it, but I tend to go a little bit heavier than I necessarily need to just because I don't want to worry about something falling off. You know, if I'm going to give this to somebody, I really don't want it falling off on them, right? So you can see, look at this, is really thick. It doesn't move and it dries clear and it is like cement. I mean, it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so I'm just gonna flip this guy over because I know he needs to stay right here, and I don't want him to move too much because I want to make sure he's in the right spot. So this is kind of just how I do stuff when I'm working on layouts like this and I decide where it's gonna go finally. Then I just kind of flip it over, put some whatever the matte medium is that I'm using, or the gel or whatever, and I try to keep it in the general area where I need it to be. And of course I moved it too much now, I think. So let's just see if he's in the middle. He's gonna be like right there. Boom. Okay, see how I did that? There we go. So now this guy's just gonna hang out and dry, and these guys are gonna hang out. I like that the tops of these aren't stuck down, so I'm just gonna flip the stems here. I generally use a palette knife for this type of medium too because it's so thick, but we've already got this paintbrush here, so I'm just gonna make it work. And yeah, I can't do this. Okay, let's just flip it over. So it's really thick. It's almost like, I'm trying to think of the consistency I could explain this. Kind of like Jell-O, I guess. It's like a Jell-O that when you work it, it gets creamy and it you know, it moves around for you. It doesn't stay super gelatinous, but it is definitely Jell-O-like to start out. But that's one of the great properties of it. It definitely stays in place. It's not going to move around. Okay, put this guy back down. Let me make sure that... Now, I do want this to go up toward the top and just over the top, just the tiniest bit. You see? So I'm going to stick him down and I'm going to leave the tops of these up so that they can stick up. Okay, and then that other one is just going to be its little accent guy. All right, that's plenty. You really don't need a lot because this stuff, like I said, is super thick. And if you find you got it somewhere you don't want it, it as long as you catch it pretty quick, it's super easy to remove. And just use a paintbrush. I'll show you in a second because I got some here that I don't want. So I use a crappy paintbrush that has already been kind of destroyed from other mediums, and I just wipe it off. Okay, so there you go. All right, so now these guys are down. I'm going to let them sit and dry for a minute while we paint the frame. I'm going to paint that frame dark purple. I think that is the best choice. Okay, let's put this away for now so we aren't letting too much air get to it. You always want to keep it covered if you're not using it, just for that drying out stuff we talked about earlier. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I need another drink. All right, let's see. We've got something with a fair bit of detail. So I'm just going to use a round brush and pick up my purple. It's pretty thick, remember, but I think it's going to be fine. We can always thin it out if we need to. But if you work it enough, I think it's going to be all right. I don't mind it having a little bit of a white wash either, you know, if you, excuse me, if you work it too much and you see there's a little bit of white showing through, that's kind of pretty, I think. Okay. And I don't care about like all the edges and on the inside and, you know, on the sides and stuff. I really don't. I just want it mainly to be purple. We might even distress this a little bit, put a whitewash over it or something. Make it look more distressy and vintagey, kind of. I think that would be really pretty. That would go with the theme. All right, here we go. Almost done. Excuse me. Okay, so that's done, but I think, like I said, I'm going to spritz it with water and just see what happens. Okay, and then I'm just going to swipe. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, you'll see in a second. I'll bring it up closer to the camera. Yeah. This is really nice. I love this purple, but I really kind of wanted it to be washed out a little bit and just like streaky and not perfect. Okay, let's see how this is going. I might even take this and just, yeah. Yeah, baby. Not perfect. That's what I want. Not perfect. Here, you see what I'm saying? It's got some white areas, kind of looks a little bit washed out, a little bit distressed. When it dries, I'm going to dry brush some white gesso over the top of this and over our background here. Okay, so look how pretty that's going to be. It's going to bring those two purples up from behind and help draw those two things together. This yellow flower is going to help bring that yellow forward and draw it all together. And then this dark purple is going to help the lighter focal point stand out better. So that's how we're going to bring it all home. Yay, this is so fun. I hope you're having fun watching this. I would really love it if you were actually creating while I'm creating. Like, that would be the ultimate best thing ever. And if you are, please tell me, because that's super exciting. We're both crafting together, but in our own space. Like, I don't know, that seems like it would be really fun. Okay, so this is pretty good. Excuse me. I'm going to get some white gesso here and just leave it in the container. And I'm going to use this crappy brush and let's just see what we get. I want it to be kind of streaky and like, yeah, just not perfect. So let's see. Actually, I'm going to put it onto here. Okay. Excuse me. And then I'm just going to do a little bit. Yeah. So it looks scratchy. I guess that's the word I was trying to think of. Sorry, I need another drink here. All right, here we go. My throat is yucky. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted. Scratchiness. Not a lot on the flowers, a little bit. I want you to know it's there, but not be like overpowering, right? This is cool. All right. Maybe a little bit more. All right, and I think I'm going to do it even on the background a little bit. Yep, I like those purple flowers, but It's kind of cool when you just add a little bit more distress. More. And you see how this is working in layers. So, I mean, there's stuff that happened underneath. Remember this pattern paper underneath? There was like that nice diamond pattern. And I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. This is going to go nicely. And now it's all covered up. And that's okay. You know, this is all just part of, each piece is helping to make the whole thing work, right? So you can't have what we have right now without all the other stuff happening underneath it, if that makes sense. I have heard people say in the past, like, oh, you know, you do this gray background and then you cover it all up, and it's like, well, yeah, that's just kind of part of the process. And you know, not everybody likes to do that, and that's okay. You have to do whatever works best for you. But what I'm saying is it's okay to cover stuff up, because you know, so number one, this is about the process more than the finished product, right? It's about playing with your supplies and learning how to use them and building your relationship with them and having fun. Just have fun. And then if you have some cool project that comes out of it, well, that's a bonus, right? But so it's really more, at least for me, it's more about the process and just having fun and figuring out what I can and can't do with it. OMG, I'm sorry to interrupt, but look at, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm loving this. Okay. So anyway, back to that. So yeah, so it's about the process, and then whatever happens is cool. And if you get some fun project out of it in the end, that's super fantastic. But just don't be worried about covering up stuff if you know, stuff in the background. It's okay. And if you really love it, don't cover it up. Yeah, go around it. Work with it. Whatever feels right to you, that's what you got to do. Okay, I like doing the edges here. I don't want a ton because I'm loving the purple, but I definitely want it stressy. Stressy, distressy. Here we go. Looks really cool on the edges there like that, doesn't it? Okay. I think I am happy with the way this is. We're getting there. We're almost done. I know I keep saying that, but I really feel like we are now. Okay. So actually, let me just dry that a tiny bit. It's the tiniest bit tacky, but good thing about gesso too is it dries super fast. Sorry about that. I don't know if you heard that, but I just had a phone call. I had to decline it. Sorry about that. Okay. So there it is. That's gorgeous. Let's get our vellum that's going to go behind it, and I need to trim just a little bit more off because it's a little too big. You can see there. Just a tiny bit. Okay. Just going to do it by hand. Doesn't need to be perfect. As long as you can't see it through the other side, you'll be fine. Okay. Okay, that's good. All right, now I need some glue dots. I have found for this kind of thing, especially because I want it dry right now, that the glue dots work the best. I gotta find the little guys. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna take the small glue dots, and I'm just gonna put them in each corner of this vellum and then stick it down to my chipboard there. Okay. All right, here we go. Get it off of here. Let's stick it down. We just need to make sure that it's covering the opening, and that's all we care about. Okay. I can even see the glue dots there a little bit. That's not good. I was going to say that doesn't matter, but I actually don't really like it that much. Here we go. I just need my little pokey, and I'm just going to move it so you don't see it. Just move it right to the corner and it'll be fine. So, moral of that story, I should have put the glue dots on the cardboard instead of the vellum. Live and learn. Live and learn. All right. Actually, probably some of these corners are going to be covered up anyway, so that looks all right to me. Okay, so now I pick which side I want to be the top. I think I like that one the best. So pretty. Okay. And this is going to be raised. So we're going to use this tape, double-sided thick foam tape, and I want it to be pretty thick. So here we go. I'm going to have to cut it this way and then long ways too, because it's going to be way too thick this way. But I really want some thick, I want it to be raised a pretty good amount. So let's see if we can get this to work. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. We're gonna try. Okay, it's still too thick. Like half that again. Wow, okay. I'm determined now. Let's make it work. Okay. Here we go. Boom, I think it's gonna be okay. Almost like you're doing a shaker card, right? But we're not. All right, cut that end off. Yeah, so I had to cut it to 1/4 of the thickness. Just for this one. If you might already have some that's nice and thin. I have thinner double-sided tape, but not that's like foam raised kind. So here we go. We improvise and make it work. All right. Oop, that's still a little bit long. Okay. Nearly there, nearly there. All right. Last one. Okay, here we go. We made a nice frame here. I'm pretty happy with this. And nothing else is going behind it there, so we are good. Oops. Okay, just got to get that top tape off here. Okay, let's stick this to our back and keep on moving. All right, I like that on top. Wow, this is going to be a baby card. I just remembered that. This is so not a baby card, but it's so pretty. I'm loving this. I am really loving this. Okay, so next I want to, I think I want to put the pram on, or the baby buggy. So are we doing bright mirror? Very pretty. Okay, are we doing bright mirror, or are we doing glitter? Anybody out there care to weigh in and vote? Are we doing glitter? I have my favorites, but I am kind of curious if anyone wants to vote. Are we doing the shiny one? All right, I'll just pick then. I'm picking the glitter because it's gorgeous. So for this, it's really only going to be stuck down on this spot and on the wheels, right? So that's the only pieces that we need to have any adhesive, and maybe a little tiny bit right there. So I am going to see if I can make these glue dots work for me. Oh, Henry picks glitter. Phantom Knight, sorry. Phantom Knight picked glitter. Well, good choice. Good choice. That was my choice too. Thank you for voting. That was nice of you. All right. So I don't think that part, no, it's just that very edge. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do, I got one piece. I'm going to stick this whole thing down where I want it, and then I'll just lift the corner and put some, there we go. Is that at least going to stay? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to put liquid adhesive though, because for these other parts it's just not going to work. So we're going to use Pico Embellisher. This happens to be the shimmer one, but it's clear otherwise, so it doesn't really matter. You can use clear or you can use the shimmer. All right, I like this. It's a little bit thicker than regular um, liquid adhesive, and it sticks down really nice. So I'm just going to bend this a little bit because I don't really want to move it, to be honest. And I'm going to put the tiniest bit of glue, and then I'm actually going to do the same thing over here. I better do this at the same time. It's kind of weird to be putting glue down sideways. Not gonna lie. Okay, so this is good. I really just want to make sure I have good placement for this because this is my focal point. Okay, I'm gonna hold it there for 1 second to help it just stay in place and dry a little bit. Okay, we're good. We're totally good. You little. I have to leave it alone and it really will stay in place. And I'm not even gonna bother with that other piece here. There, stay there. I'm just putting that there to hold it for 1 minute while it dries. It shouldn't take too long to dry. Okay, moving on. Excuse me. Okay, so now we're gonna use Cherish probably. I really like this, but I don't want it to be copper because that just kind of doesn't go with our theme, right? So let's give this some color. Are we gonna make it white? Are we going to make it silver? We could do silver. Do I have silver paint? I wonder. No, I need it to be thin enough to still be able to read Cherish, right? Ooh, I have an idea. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab a supply. Just 1 second. I have no idea if this is going to work, but we might as well try. I have a brushed pewter distress crayon. Let's see if he will work. I don't know. Not really. Okay, that's okay. You gotta try. You don't know until you try. Okay, so let's wipe this off. It at least went into the words, which is kind of cool, or the letters, I mean. I like that. Okay, we can gesso it. That's the next option. Let's gesso it with white, because I really don't want it to be copper. I don't know. I mean, does it matter? Glitter, glitter. Yes, 2 people commented glitter, so we're going with glitter. All right. I don't know. Okay, now you have to tell me, does it matter if it's copper? I'm afraid if I paint it, I'm going to lose the Cherish. I don't want to lose the Cherish. Ooh. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll just leave it. The copper is not so bad. Copper and purple are okay together. Okay, that's fine. Thank you for that input. Let's get the flower down because that for sure I know is going to go right here, and that's going to take a minute to dry too. So let's get our heavy body gel back out. Lift the lid there. Okay. Gonna use my palette knife for this one. I like to get just a chunk of it. This is usually how I apply it. And when it's on something like this, I put a nice thick application actually. And that way it's really not going to go anywhere. And if you have like, you know, not flat surfaces, then it's going to help it stick down better and stay in place. So there we go. I like him right there. And then we're going to take the backings off of this. So I've got some wire cutter little plier things. It's the technical term. Yes, it is. Thank you. Maybe what, Phantom Knight? Maybe I should paint it? Tell me what you're thinking. I don't know what maybe means there. Okay. All right. I don't really want those brad pieces there showing through. So just twist them till they hide or fall off, one or the other. Okay, there we go. And I really like this in the middle. It's pretty cute, huh? Or I never tried this, but maybe I like this in the middle. No, I don't. So the other thing that's super awesome about Heavy Body Gel is it sticks metal to things with ease. I put a lot on because metal is heavy and it's, you know, it's a whole different beast there. But when this dries on there, it's not going anywhere. Promise. Promise, promise. Okay. Maybe I like him there, maybe not. I gotta think about that one. I really want to use this because I think it's really pretty. Okay, first let's go back over here. Cherish for sure. For sure, I like right there. What about this guy? I forgot about my butterfly. Oh, we should paint the butterfly, shouldn't we? Do we have white? Let's get our white gesso back and get that one paintbrush that's all... Actually, why don't I just use my finger? Okay, I'm gonna use my finger here like a paintbrush. Okay, I just need a little bit, and then I can really be careful or be specific about where I put it. And I just want it to be on the edges, and then I'm gonna even wipe it off a little bit. Okay, I feel like it's way too dark, so I'm just trying to lighten it up a little bit. Okay, here we go. Let's see, how's it looking? It's better. It's better. It's not quite there, but it's better. I don't think I want it to be all white. Maybe I want it to be yellow. Maybe that's what we need, is a little bit of yellow. That yellow is just kind of hiding out in the background there. Yeah, yellow tips. What do you think? That's fun. Cute, cute, cute. Okay. All right, having a drink. We're almost there. Oh, you like the copper. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm living with it now. I don't mind it as much. I was thinking I didn't like it at first, but now that it's all kind of together here, I do like it more. So that's cool. Okay, let's see. Maybe I don't even want this butterfly. It's pretty cute. Okay, let's leave him out for a minute. I like the Cherish. What if he goes... What if this goes like that? Doot, doot, doot. I kind of like that. That's pretty cute. Or you could go down here. He just feels kind of lost down there, all by his lonesome. Okay. I think we're just gonna be done. We're gonna call it good and be done with it. Yep. All right, sticking down the final pieces here. These are very important decisions, you know. Just kidding. Okay. Cherish. I do like this tiny little strip, so we're just going to stick him down too. What the heck? Why not? Why not? I like how he kind of curls up in the end too. So I'm going to let all of that just be how it is. That's perfect. And then this guy is going to go... Oh yeah, he needs a lot more because he's recessed, number one, and it's metal. So I'm telling you, just put a whole bunch on here. You're filling in the hole in there and giving it, you know, something to stick to, and it is never going to go anywhere. Promise. There. Okay, and he's also not completely sticking down like flat, so definitely needs a place to live. All right, I do like this butterfly up here, so we're just going to stick him here, and he doesn't need a lot. Get rid of most of that. I'm just going to use my finger. Sometimes the finger, actually quite often, I end up using my finger for this stuff because, I don't know, you can just have more control over it, I think. Okay. All right. Gonna get that little paintbrush to get out of the cracks. I don't want it to build up. You know, you're not going to see it because it's clear, but then it'll be like a glob of it there, and we don't want that. Okay. Wow. This is pretty crazy. I didn't do any strings around it, but that's okay. I can live with that. I can live with it this one time, I guess. Okay, I think we're done. We're going to put it on a card base, and we are going to call it a night. And I can't believe you stuck with me this whole time. That's super awesome, and I'm so happy and thankful. And I had so much fun, and I hope you did too. This is probably the prettiest baby card I've ever made. Definitely, without a doubt. And it was super fun to make with you guys. All right, so we're going to use the fancy old Tarot tape at the end here. Thank you, Phantom Knight. That's very nice of you. When I'm doing paper to paper, I always use the Tarot tape to stick my card front to my card base. Especially if it's paper, like I said, paper to paper, that works really well. It holds nicely, it's easy to use, and wonderful stuff. And cheap for as much as you use, you know. Lasts a long time. For this one, I'm going to do a couple strips in the middle too, because this is pretty heavy. There's a lot of layers and stuff going on. There's chipboard, there's metal, and all that kind of stuff. So I don't normally put pieces in the middle like this, but I am tonight, just to make sure it is not going to go anywhere. Okay, here we go. I'm so impressed with this card. I'm sorry, but I don't usually love my stuff this much, but I really love this card. It's so gorgeous. And it all started with this one tiny little, I mean, it's not tiny, but this one little die. I mean, really. Thank you, Crafter's Companion. I'm really having a great time here. And it's because you made us an advent calendar full of awesome dies to work with. So I appreciate that quite a bit. Okay, here we go. This is not dry, so I'm trying to be real. That's right, I need a frame. Oh, I totally forgot. So this is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I forgot I was gonna mat it. So what color are we matting it? Black, silver. Black or silver? Black or silver? Let's do both. I'm feeling like black is gonna be the way to go. But we're gonna find out right now. I don't have purple handy, or else purple would be the answer. But I don't, well, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. I thought we were done, but we really got to have a mat on here. You stuck with me this long, just stay 5 more seconds here. Do I have a deep purple? That is the question. Oh, please tell me I do. I didn't bring all my stuff over with me, and so I don't always have all the basics that I should. I'm not seeing any. Shoot. 1 more second. 1 more spot to look. Oh no, that's not going to help. Okay, well, it is what it is. So we're doing black or silver. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. Here's black. And it'll be a really thin, it'll be a pretty thin frame. There's black. I'm not loving black, gonna be honest. It's okay, but it's not great. Here's silver. Now, it's the glitter because we use glitter there, but I could do the shiny or, you know, the matte, whatever. And I think they'll all be equally cool. Let's see the matte real quick. So the mat is nice. It's just a nice frame, but it's not, you know, it's not overpowering. It's kind of like just hanging out in the background, which is pretty cool. I actually like that one quite a bit. Okay, last one here. Almost there, almost there. Okay, shiny. I don't like the shiny. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate you being here and leaving comments. Okay. Sorry, this shouldn't be a very big decision here, but it kind of is. Let's go with matte. Let's just go with matte and see how it looks real quick. Okay. I can't believe I forgot my frame. I was too excited about the layout. All right, let's see. What do you think? Should I do the glitter or should we just go with this? I'm just going with it. I think that's super pretty. Normally I would say do the glitter and tie it back together, but I really like the way that this mat just lets everything else take the stage, so we're just gonna go with it. Okay, let me get my, oh, there's some right here. So we're just gonna stick it down to that base and then stick it to the card base, and then we really are done, I promise. So sorry. I'm going to stick it down to that card base. I'm like, wait, it's not big enough. What's going on? Whoops-a-daisy. This one doesn't need to have a ton of tape on it because it's really just holding, you know, this paper to this. It doesn't have to carry the weight of all that other stuff, so. Okay. Whoops. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's go from the other side then. Yeah, this matte stuff doesn't take the... You got to work the double-sided adhesive a little bit more. That's the only drawback I've found so far. Which is not really that big of a deal. You just have to know how to deal with it. Everything works a little different. Okay, here we go. Put this guy on here, and then we really are done. Okay, nice. Oh, this is gorgeous. I'm like got the flutters. I'm so excited. Do you ever create something and you're just like, oh my goodness, I love it so much? Yeah, once in a while that happens to me. And it's happening right now because I am in love with this card. Okay, there we go. Stick it down, and we are done. And there we go. Final card. So beautiful. I love the way this turned out. I loved that you guys were here. You left me comments and you helped me make this. You helped me make choices on this. I hope you had a good time. I'm really totally, completely loving this whole process, and this card tonight is super fantastic. And so thank you so much for being with me and hanging out for so long, and I'll see you tomorrow on day 11. I can't believe we're on day 11 already. Have a great night. Bye.